So, sixth graders, today we're going to be talking about modeling, adding and subtracting positive and negative numbers. Alright? We're going to be modeling, adding and subtracting positive and negative numbers. Now, when you are adding positive and negative numbers, if the numbers that you're adding have the same sign, if they're both positive, like imagine it's 5 degrees outside and it increases 2 degrees. Well, if we add 5 plus 2, it's 7 degrees, right? What if it is negative 5 degrees and we add a negative, meaning that we add, it goes more negative. Then it's negative 7 degrees, but we get it by adding 5 plus 2. So if both numbers have the same sign, then we add them, we combine them, kind of like combining their absolute values. Remember when we talked about absolute value yesterday? So negative 5 plus negative 2 is more negative. Just like 5 plus 2, positive 5 plus positive 2 is more positive. If they both have the same sign, it's getting more of whatever you have started with. Okay? If they're both negative, it's getting more negative. If they're both positive, it's going higher positive. Okay? Does that make sense? All right, then let's get to some numbers that have different signs, where some are positive and some are negative. One is positive and one is negative. If they have different signs, then you find the difference in the numbers. Okay? You find the difference in their absolute values, and you use the sign of the number that is farthest from 0. So if we're starting at negative 5 and we go up 2, we end at negative 3. Right? Negative 5 plus 2 is negative 3. If we start at negative 5 degrees, and the temperature increases 2 degrees, it's still at negative 3 degrees, isn't it? It's not positive 3. We can think of it in terms of temperature. We can think of it in terms of distance away from 0. Now, everybody look at this example. Okay, stop writing for a minute. Look at this example. If we're starting at 7 degrees and the temperature dropped 9 degrees, 7 plus negative 9, that would take us past 0 to negative 2. So 7 plus negative 9 is negative 2. The negative number has a higher absolute value, meaning that that distance is more than the positive number. Okay? Does that make sense? So when you add numbers with different signs, you're really finding the difference in their absolute values. You're finding the difference that they are from 0. Okay? Here's another way, though, to model it. And this is what we're going to study, today. We're going to study modeling. Okay? Now, let me erase this. We're going to do these together. My computer will catch up. Here's what happens. Here's what it looks like when you're modeling it. Okay? Let's say that you're starting with a number like a number sentence like this: 5 plus negative 4. Okay? So what we'll do is we'll draw 5 positive circles draw 4 that have minuses in them. So we're adding these two numbers together. We're combining these two numbers, positive 5 and negative 4. Okay? Now, one of the things that you can remember is that every positive, each pair of positive and negative numbers is 0. They kind of cancel each other out. So one of the ways to find the difference to add a positive and negative number is to think about how many pairs would you have, how many would be canceled out, and what would be left over. So the answer is not positive 1, but, or sorry, not negative 1, but positive 1. So all of these, each positive cancels out a negative, or each negative cancels out a positive. Because 1 plus negative 1 is 0. A positive 1 and a negative 1 is 0. A positive 1 and a negative 1 is 0. And so those pairs, they just all cancel each other out. And the answer is whatever is left over. Okay? Go to your worksheet for today. Sophie.
What if we not finish the notes before that?
That's okay. We'll come back to those later.
Will you write those?
No, not right now. Go to your worksheet for today. Okay? Let's bring this up. Oh no. Ah, there we go. Okay, take a look here. We're going to use these models to find the answer. So we're just going to cross out the pairs. Okay? So start with number 1. Cross out these two pairs. The open ones are positive, the solid ones are negative. So that's why this is 5 plus negative 2. What's left over? Positive 3. So circle them and then cross them out. Circle the pairs and then cross them out. So 7 plus negative 3 is 4. Number 3. Circle the pairs, cross them out, left over 1. Number 4. Circle the pairs, cross them out, left over negative 2. Now let's go back and see if these numbers, just the numbers, make sense. Okay? So without looking at the model, 5 plus negative 2. Do you see why that's 3? Can you explain why that's 3? 5 plus negative 2. Why would that be 3? We know it's 3 because we can see there's 3 positives left over, right? There's 5 positives total. And 2 of the negatives took away 2 of the positives. So 3 of them are left over. Can you give another example of why 5 plus negative 2 is 3?
Well, with negative numbers, it's kind of weird because when you add, you think there's going to be a bigger number, but since it's negative, it goes smaller.
Yeah, because it's an opposite.
Yeah.
Good. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's basically 5 if you just cross out the plus sign, then it'd be 5 minus 2, and that's 3.
Right. It's just like 5 minus 2. Taking away 2 positives. So 5 plus negative 2 and 5 minus 2 are the exact same thing. Okay? How else could you explain it? Maya?
Would number 2 be positive 4 and number 3 would be
Right. Yep, that's exactly what we wrote. Number 2 is positive 4. There's positive 4 left over because 3 of the positives are taken away by the 3 negatives. Okay? How about number 3? Can you explain why number 3 is 1? Aiden?
Because the 1 left over is 1, because 6 minus 7 is basically 1.
Yep. Since this is a negative 6 and we're adding a positive 7, we have to find the difference of the two numbers. Okay? So now what I want you to do is do the bottom 4 questions. Thinking about the models, finding the difference. Since 1 is always positive and 1 is always negative. Check your answers. Yeah, because the negative 5 is a bigger absolute value, meaning that it's more negative. No, on this one. Negative 5 is a bigger absolute value. It's more negative than 3 is positive. See? What would be left over if you crossed out 3 of these? 2 negatives. What? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, we don't put a plus in front of it. When you're just writing numbers, you don't write a plus sign in front of them unless they're adding. Okay? Alright, go to the back side. And for tomorrow, I want you to do 1 through 12. Alright? If you want to do the whole page, you can, but I'm only requiring you to do 1 through 12 for tomorrow, okay? Do 1 through 12.